Guys, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Russia issued terrifying WWE ultimatum to Britain. All right, so let's see what's going on here, guys. Once again, share the video. You have top Putin aide issues terrifying WWE warning to Brits. Now, the bear has issued a chilling warning to the UK if it continues to provide military training for Ukrainian troops, claiming it is direct complicity in the conflict. The warning consists of an ultimatum to Britain that it must stop all military training for Ukrainian troops for the war to end. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Alright, so once again, Putin is sending a message to the UK. They must stop training Ukrainian troops in order to end the war. So Rodion, special envoy to Putin, foreign ministry, said that the supplies of arms must also be stopped. But that's not going to happen. You guys already know every week they send stuff to Ukraine. Remember when Joe was sending billions and billions every week? Well, again, Europe is stocked up with our equipment. Joe has been sending a lot for the past 4 years. So I don't think Europe is gonna stop these shipments to Ukraine. The Russian demand follows. U.S. Commander-in-Chief Donald suggesting the U.S. is ready to impose severe sanctions on the Kremlin over its refusal to end the war. The past weekend saw the most intense aerial onslaught of the conflict on Ukraine, with 537 strikes by Putin's forces, including bringing down an F-16, with pilot Lieutenant Colonel, I'm going to skip his name, being out as a result. Here's the thing, guys. These F-16s, they are not American pilots. These are Ukrainian pilots, and these are the best of the best. But taking down an F-16 is pretty rare. And you have Ukrainian forces operating these F-16s. The pilot was awarded the Hero of Ukraine honor by Zelenskyy for defending our people from yet another massive bear strike. All right, so once again, guys, it's still going at it. I did post a video. Russia is deploying 50,000 soldiers to Sumi region. Now, Ukrainian forces is fighting back, pushing back the Russian forces. So things are really going down right now. He was one of our very best. Losing people like him is deeply painful, Zelenskyy said. Now today, June 30th, Moscow has made it clear it wants Britain to get rid of Britain's Operation Interflex training for Ukraine, which has already drilled tens of thousands of fighters for battle. Once again, you have this person here claims the participation or complicity of other countries in a key issue that must be stopped in all forms, including weapons deliveries and the training of Ukrainian militants. It says here, all of this amounts to direct complicity in a conflict. Halting these programmers will be a signal of willingness to seek a resolution. Vladimir news outlet reported. Currently, 2 main Western training initiatives are active. The UK's Operation Interflex and the EU's EU MOM mission. It is believed that the number of trained soldiers stands at 130,000. It says here, Deputy Speaker of the Bears Senate said any aid that helps Ukraine continue fighting or preparing the operation clearly does not promote conflict resolution. He said, it is unequivocally hostile to Russia. That is how we classify it. He also claimed that London and Brussels are not interested in any sort of compromise. This person continued, this is a clear campaign against everything Russian, a full display of militarism. I would also add that it shows a desire to shackle the Kiev Gov and Ukrainian citizens into tools for achieving British and, in this case, NATO strategic aims. It says here, Ukrainians no longer have mercy. Moscow dialogue with London and Brussels has been cut off, and the EU and NATO show no intentions of resuming it. Britain was also accused of being involved in the passing of the Bear soldiers. Man. Alright, so once again, that's one of the breaking news. I want to bring some more information up really quick here, guys. We're going to go with Sumi really quick. So you guys see all this here, right? And I did post a video of it. The Bear deploys 50,000 troops around Sumi, threatening new push into Ukraine. And we're going to go with this one here. I want to see what's going on with this news here. So Ukrainian, they are fighting back against those 50,000 soldiers. Ukrainian forces push the Russian army away from Sumi. Let's see what's going on here. So we're going to jump from one news to this one here. All right, so that's the end of Russia and Britain, or UK. We're going to go with this one now. Give me a second. Let me just fix this really quick. There you go. Nation against nation is building up. Ukrainian forces push Russian army away from Sumi, General Staff says. Ukrainian forces have stabilized the situation in Sumi Oblast and pushed the Bear army further away from Sumi, the region's capital. Ukraine's General Staff reported on June 30th, 2025. Moscow launched its new summer campaign in May, aiming to push deeper into Ukraine's northeastern and eastern regions, and this regarding Kiev calls for an unconditional ceasefire. Ukrainian troops advanced near the village of, I'm going to skip that name, located less than 30 kilometers, that's 18 miles, from the city of Sumi, and liberated the village of, I'm going to skip that name there, which had been captured by the Bear in early June. The statement read. In the meantime, Ukraine also stopped the Bear advance along the, I'm going to skip those territory, and the border with Russia near Kursk Oblast, according to the General Staff. Here's a picture. Give me a second. They go Sumi. And that's where Russia's deploying their 50,000 soldiers. And you see those red territories? You see those red areas? That's what Russia has annexed. Crimea, and then you got all these eastern part area right here. Truly apologize about the camera. There we go. Alright, so this region has been annexed in 2022. All this area here. Now they're focusing on this box right here, which is Sumi. So the Bear has deployed its best brigades on this section of the front line and is using long-range artillery, aircraft, and strike drones, the general staff said. Now, guys, reports are coming out that Storm Shadow were fired. There's no information to back that up, and those are long range. Those are very powerful missiles. I think Storm Shadow belongs to France. It says here you have Zelenskyy also said on June 30th that Ukrainian troops had halted the Bear offensive in Sumi Oblast. The Bear plan for an offensive in Sumi Oblast is not succeeding, thanks to every Ukrainian unit operating in the area, Zelenskyy said after a meeting with the military leadership and defense minister was done. Now, the Bear offensive goal is to reach the administrative borders of Donetsk and Luhansk Oblast in the east and create a buffer zone in the border areas of Sumy and Kharkiv Oblast, Commander-in-Chief told the journalist on June 21st. The Bear forces are also attempting to fully oust Ukrainian troops from the Bear, Kursk, and Belgorod Oblast. Now, Ukraine launched a cross-border offensive into Kursk Oblast, bordering Ukraine's Sumi Oblast, last August, initially seizing 1,300 square kilometers as 500 square miles, but losing the vast majority of this territory in a Bear counteroffensive earlier this year. Moscow initially declared that it had fully liberated the region on April 26, but this claim was rejected by Ukraine and later disputed by the Bear officials themselves. Alright, so once again, that's where we are right now. So things are really going down with Ukraine and Russia. Again, you got all these things happening. Hold on. You see this one here? Ukraine forces wiped out Russian group on Sumi front. Alright, there's some stuff going down. That's the reason why you got 50,000 troops out there. Things are going down right now in that region. Alright, give me a second here, guys. Let me go on X really quick. Zelenskyy just put out a message. That's the leader of Ukraine. That's his Twitter page. I held a meeting with the military and the Minister of Defense. We discussed all key issues in detail. The front, primarily. The Pogrovsky direction. There is a major concentration of the Bear troops in that area with numerous assaults. I thank all our units, every warrior, for their resilience. The Sumi region, we held a separate discussion on this direction today. A week ago, we assigned our troops specific tasks and designated lines. As of today, those objectives have been fully accomplished. This is important. Now, the Bear offensive plan for the Sumi region is failing, and this is thanks to every Ukrainian unit operating in that direction. We are also continuing active efforts as part of the Kursk operation for nearly 10 months now. The operation has been fulfilling its goal. There was also a detailed discussion today about Ukrainian drones funding contract implementation, production, and supply and deep strike drones, interceptor drones, and all type of drones for the front line. So we are ramping up production in the coming days. I will speak with the EU leaders about additional funding for drone production and joint manufacturing. Ukraine leadership in war technology must maintain. That's coming out from Zelenskyy. Zelenskyy only follows one person on Twitter. So he only followed one person, which is I guess that's his wife. I don't know. Oh yeah, the first lady. Yeah, that's his wife. Okay, so give me a second here, guys. Give me 1 second. He posted something else here. Putin has already stolen particularly half a year from diplomacy, another half a year on top of that entire duration of this war. The bear is not changing its plan and is not looking for a way out of this war. On the contrary, they are preparing for new operation, including on the territory of European countries. Again, I don't know, guys. I don't see. Again, there's no signs about that. So again, Zelenskyy is saying that the bear is preparing for something, a new operation, including on the territory of European countries. Got nothing to back that up. That's their principle. The bear look for where to exploit a weakness. They must see that there is the wherewithal to storm them everywhere. Therefore, more of our joint production, more resilience, more coordination and efficiency of our common security architecture in Europe. All right, so once again, some very important messages coming out today. You got Putin, you got Zelenskyy, you got some very powerful people here sounding the alarm. This biblical war, it's not even over. It's not. And Donald is preparing to slap a new sanctions on the bear if this war is not over. All right, so 50,000 troops, Russian troops, has been deployed to Sumi. You got some things going down right now. Ukraine is fighting back, and yeah, WW3 message was sent to UK. Stop training those Ukrainian soldiers. All right, guys, I will keep it updated on this one here. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.